Hello and welcome to In the Lab. I'm Mr. Walker and this is my guest host for today.
Hello, my name is Bramwell. I am in Year 9 Windsor.
Excellent. Now we are going to do our third video on the Graaf Generator. So you might have watched the first two videos. If not, a link for the first one's appearing now, and in a few seconds a link for the second video will also appear on the screen. Now let's have a look at this, Hannah. Have you used the Graaf Generator before?
Yes.
You have? Well, later on we might actually see if we can get your hair to stand up on end, because it's looking long and it's quite fun to do. But before that, let me put these onto the Graaf dome. I'm going to come a little bit closer and show you that these are just standard pie cases. Do you like mince pies?
To an extent.
To an extent. Well, I do, and that's why we've got a lot of cases. I'm going to put them on the top. Now, it's not on, no charge has built up, and that means that I can touch the top of the dome and there's no shock. So if I put all of these pie cases on the top right there, what do you think, Hannah, is going to happen when I turn on the dome, or when I build up charge on the dome? What do you think is going to happen?
They're going to float.
They're going to float? Are they just going to lift up and just float in the air?
No, they're going to knock each other off one by one.
They're going to knock each other off one by one. Interesting. So Hannah thinks they're going to go one by one. Maybe they're going to float in the air. Maybe they're all going to fly off. Maybe the charge is going to suck them down and keep them to the dome. Let's find out. Whatever you think, let's find out what's really going to happen. So I'm going to turn it on to low, and I'm going to turn it on now. Keep your eyes on what happens. Here it goes. And it rains pie cases. Now remember, the charge has built up, so we always have to discharge at the end, and then it's safe to touch the top. Now, we're going to see that again. So we've set the Graaf Generator up again, and Hannah's going to do the honours. Here we go. There we go, pie cases flying into the air. Well done. And would you like to discharge? Oh, we got a good spark there. And in a moment, I'm going to show you something else you can do with the Graaf Generator dome. So it's time for another experiment. Now, you might not have seen this one before. Basically, there is a tube on top, and I'll take this off to show you. We have got some very small aluminium foil balls in there. Now, what's going to happen if I build up charge on the dome? Can you describe it, Hannah? What do you think? Because you've not seen this one at all, have you?
Well, my estimation of what's going to happen is that they're going to start floating around, dropping, and doing some sort of like little dance within the dome.
They're going to do a little dance. Anything else?
Maybe they might all just float to the top and stay up there.
Ah, they might float to the top and stay. Interesting. Do you think they're going to stay at the bottom, the top, or something else? Hannah thinks they might dance. It might be a foxtrot, a waltz. I don't know. We'll find out. We will see what happens. So, it's on low. Hannah, you can turn it on. And make sure you don't block the camera. Let's see what happens. Aha! So, some people might have thought that the balls would stay at the bottom. Some thought they would stay at the top. You thought they'd stay at the top. They're actually in the middle. They did dance, and they ended up in the middle. Now, when we turn it off, the charge is still there because there's no route for it to discharge until we do that, and they all fall to the bottom. Any idea why that happened, Hannah? What do you reckon?
Well, I would think that maybe the charge, because the charge kept going around in like a circuit sort of way, that it then stayed in the middle as it couldn't go to the top nor the bottom because the charge just kept circling around.
Ah, so you're thinking there's some kind of circuit. Remember, this is all about static electricity though. So this is about building up charge in a place where it can't flow, it can't move. There's no circuit, there's only different static charges. Any thoughts now? Well, let's start off like this. When we run the bell, you might remember from our first video, we're building up negative charge up here. That's due to all the electrons. Now, what happens when we have negative charge on these balls at the bottom, Hannah? Are they going to stick? Are they going to repel? We've got negative here and negative there. They are going to repel, like charges will repel. So as soon as we turn it on and charge builds up and it passes to these balls, they are going to repel, they're going to shoot to the top. Now when they hit the top, this bit is metal on the top. So they pass their negative charge to the plate at the top. They haven't got negative charge anymore, or they do still have a little bit, and they drop right down to the bottom again. They pick up negative charge, they're repelled, so they hit the top, they pass their charge to the metal plate, and they drop down again. Now this plate is gradually getting more and more negatively charged. So we've got a big negative charge here, we've got a big negative charge up there, so what's going to happen, Hannah?
Stay in the middle.
They'll have to stay in the middle, because that's the place where they're furthest from both negative charges. So they do a little bit of a dance, they bounce around, passing the charge to the top, until they are stuck in the middle. And as soon as we discharge it, gravity brings them back down again, and they sit on the top of the ball. There you go. Well, those are our two official experiments for today, but who would like to see Hannah's hair jumping off her head? I would, so let's see that in a moment. Okay, time for our final little bit of the video. We've done this before, but it always looks good, so we'll do this again. Now, Hannah is going to put her hands on the dough. No charge has been built up, so it's totally safe to do that. No, you're okay. You can actually put your hands, look, totally safe. Go for it. There we go. Now, when I turn it on, we've turned it to high, but don't tell Hannah. So that means that more charge is going to build up, or it'll build up more rapidly. Well, let's see what happens. Keep an eye on her hair. You know what's going to take place. Here we go. The hair already is starting to lift. I'm going to have to make sure I don't get too close to the hair because it will discharge through me, as has happened previously. We've got lots of lift at the back there, that's pretty good. Lots coming out to the side. Now, as before, if I get close, I'm not going to get too close, but if I get close, the hair is very slowly going to lose its charge because the electrons can leak through the gap, but not at a rate that hurts me or Hannah. Obviously, if I touch there, we get a jolt of electricity. I'm not going to do that, Hannah. You're okay. But you can see that as I get close, it is attracted to my hand and it does lose a little bit of its volume. We've not got much on top, but we've definitely got some at the back and out of the sides. Well, there we are. Thank you very much for tuning in to In the Lab once again. We've got more Van de Graaff stuff coming up in a later video. Bye for now. Are you going to wave goodbye, Hannah?
No.
She's not. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to In the Lab.
Please remember to like and subscribe to In the Lab.